Niggas still fucking talking. You niggas still breathing. You fucking roaches. Alright. Seems like every time I try to get a piece of mind, a nigga trying to get a piece of mind. Every time I try to get a piece of mind, a nigga trying to get a piece of mind. If you get contagious, hey, for what it's worth, I turned the minus to a blessing. Yeah, to get some patience, anxiety, cause finally we're getting mad. Niggas still cut though like we licking razors. Don't kiss me, I might cut you. So what it's worth, I talk to Yankee, let them know what niggas up to. Same shit, dog. Niggas steady bustin' like bitches stay fucking 21st, still corrupting. Now I'm looking at shit different like I can't be seen in public. I ain't even blue, but I know they feeling my eruption. I'm making these adjustments, not settling for nothing. Graduated to a check from dirty money at the double. Now I know my way from what it's worth. I take a day to day, I got a lot to learn. I never could settle, I don't get defeated. These niggas thought they wanted chop, but now they seeing deacons. Cause I got enemies and demons in this bitch and wait. Just a sex I only love it when we intimate. But I ain't into it, I can't commit to it. I let her know for what it's worth, I still admit to shit. So I really been through it. The frustration, I really been to his face so I could tell he just pretending. And life is nothing but the world without the end. A lie. Hold up, let me tell you niggas why. You see the level I'm headed to with my mind. I'm reminiscing, dodging bullets at the same damn time. I'm really one of a kind. So I get crucial when I ride. Watching for the space when they Medusa in the ground. I'm fully with the toolie, I spit loogies with the nine. If I ain't got it, then no goonie got a Uzi on the side, I'm into making bands, fuck making friends. Black polo with them joysticks infrared. I started with your boy who was kicking cans. They got my nigga, can I reminisce? We share soda that was 50 cents. Messing up on nigga, kick you in. Shit, I test the hands and no bickering. If I died and came back, I'll do this shit again. I can't get where I came from. Can't get all the controversy in the chaos my name run. Can't get my day with my dough off my coat. Can't get all the hate niggas that turned out to be loose. Think about all the licking, all the icons, all the roofing. Shit I ain't got go for it. I'm thinking I gotta do it. Really outside, never inside. This brother on my street. That's a line on RIP. Nigga, it's all I gon' think. That's a line on RIP. Nigga, it's all I gon' think. Keep it going. Let it ride. Look. Tell these niggas. It's all line on RIP. Nigga, it's all I gon' think. It's all eyes on three. All these niggas snitching for no reason, not in laws. Oh, for my city, crying city, dying on that cross. Oh, bro, I gotta change my way of thinking before I drown slow. I see them coming every time I turn around. Oh. Shut up, shut up,
Yo, what's going on, family? Hey, can y'all hear me? Yo. Can y'all hear me? Let me see what's good with y'all, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hopefully we got better audio this time, man. I'm on my microphone and shit like that, you know. Hey, Swin, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's good, bro?
Shit, what's up with you, man? How you feeling?
Man, ready to get here, cook, man. It's cooling, man. Cooling.
Yeah. Wait, give me 1 second. Nah, it's right now. I think Ice might join, and then I think Rest's supposed to join. So it's gonna be
cool.
Bro, this is gonna be a good one, man. Shit, man. I've been wanting to talk about this because we talk about, the light about, what I'm saying, Yahweh Shai and the Most High, and we say y'all need to join over, but we don't really tell them the dark side, you know what I'm saying? And in my honest opinion, I wouldn't have even found the truth if I hadn't have been on the dark side, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of you guys don't really understand this, but when you get power as a man, you get power on both sides. And me, I was getting power from the bad side, but it was fucking my spirit up. And I wanted to kind of tell you guys my experiences. I don't know if you ever had anything like that happen to you, but you know, just from the research and shit that we learned from, you know, we probably got the knowledge that we could put brothers on game. You feel me?
Most definitely, bro. Most definitely. You know, whenever we come together, all of us brothers, you know, we can always give some game, you know, some guidance, to use Ice's words, you know, and to, you know, feed the flock. So let's do it, bro.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Salute to everybody in the chat, by the way. So yeah. So this is how I was thinking we could do it. What we could do is we could talk about specific things that we believe or that we know is, you know, essentially the dark side. And we could talk about like our experiences and shit like that. And then what we can do is that we can kind of talk about that specific topic and just kind of springboard off of that, if you get what I'm saying.
It sound good, man. It sound good.
You turned on your computer, huh?
Yeah, I'm on my computer. What is it?
Nah, it's because I got these studio headphones, bro. So I hear everything, bro.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I was so you heard this, you said you heard the computer starting up.
Yeah, I can hear everything, but
Yeah,
it's my headphones. It's not regular shit. It's just I got like you know the little studio headphones. But
Okay,
yeah, bro. So
I was
have you
start
had
on my other computer?
all right for sure? But yeah, bro, have you had any type of experiences when it came to it, whether you knew about it or you didn't know about it, when it comes to like dwelling with the left hand path or the dark side in a sense?
I think a lot of the, especially growing up, like I think the real deception of the left hand path is that you don't even realize that you're delving into the left hand path when you're doing it.
Facts.
You know, I think that's really what the deception. That's that's how the left hand path gets you. So to answer that question, nah, man, majority of the time when you delve into things on the left hand path, it's mainly, out of you're young, out of curiosity. It might be because, let's be real, you're trying to, get with a bitch, or you're trying to please a bitch, let's just be honest, or do things to impress a bitch, especially when you're younger and shit, and mainly just to try to be like society, or it can be, for, deeper reasons that, traumas in your personal life haven't, moved past, you haven't, to use rough words, self-actualized through. You know what I'm saying? So it's a plethora of reasons, man.
Right. I feel you on that one, man. For me, I would say it was unconsciously, but as I got closer and closer to the truth, I started to kind of become aware of what was going on with my surroundings. Essentially, man, everybody's being manipulated, whether it's through the light or the dark, because as I tell you guys, the Most High is the ultimate puppet master. So whenever you guys go on your path and you go on your journey, there's always forces working on you. You know what I'm saying? There's light angels, dark angels. And a lot of times, bro, they're placed in your specific path for specific reasons. Because you guys got to understand, we're living in a movie, what you guys want to call a movie. People think that, life isn't a movie, but you see the shit going on outside, it's starting to become a real movie on earth type shit. But from your specific lenses, because we're all different humans, we all have our own movie, and we all have different characters, we have different plots, we have different scenes, and essentially every movie has a different theme. But more often than not, bless you, bro, more often than not, it leads you to the same outcome, which is death. You know what I'm saying? So one thing that you guys got to really understand is you got to be able to not look at the movie from because there's two ways you watch a movie. You know how you guys, when you first watch a movie, you caught up in it, you in the emotions, you like, I wonder what's gonna happen next. That's that type of movie. And then you got the type of movie where you already watched it and you already know what's gonna happen. So now you kind of looking at different forms of programming. Like when I do my cartoon drops, I usually watch the cartoon first to see what it's about, and then I'll actually I'll watch it again so I can kind of break down specific things. That's essentially what, whenever you guys understand the knowledge, it gives you. It's kind of like a cheat code, so you can kind of see things that most people can't. You're blessed with, the y'all lenses, is what Professor MGTOW would say. So I'll just give you guys a quick rundown of some things. In my experience, the most powerful form of dark magic that I've dealt with is through music. The reason why is because y'all know I love music, man. I mean, I started rapping, I always play songs in my videos on Instagram, YouTube. I love music, bro. That's what kind of gives me my energy and my soul. So y'all already know about the dark shit in the music industry. That shit, you can't even hide that shit, man. Like it's a lot of evil shit that be going on, bro. And I always tell you guys, bro, if y'all get into music, y'all motherfuckers have to be careful. So those of you guys who've been he said those of you guys who have been with me for a long time, you guys know I did that Dallas freestyle. So one thing that normally happens with music is you guys understand that Satan is the god of the airwaves or something like that.
The angel of music.
The angel of music.
That's
so,
what some people say.
Yeah, you could kind of use it as a description, but if you guys ever looked at the music industry, what do you always hear about? Dudes selling their soul, record labels, you know what I'm saying, taking the record and blessing it with like specific, you know, what do they do, bro? They take the record and they pray on it and they bless it with like specific types of demons or something, right?
Yeah, they take records and like, you know, they pray spirits over it. You know, if anyone has seen the Songwriter Secret, you know, you know, things of that nature where they, you know, they put, you know, spells in the music. You know, they it's like when you when you listen to the song backwards, you can hear actually what they're saying in the music. You know what I'm saying? But you can't hear it when you just listen to the music outright. But if you look it up, you know, and or decode the song, you know, through whatever way that you do it, you know, you listen to the song backwards, you can hear, you know, I love Satan, you know, Satan is my Lord, you know, all hail Satan. You can hear things like that in the music, you know, so they mix those tones within every song. Also, too, with the music as well, another thing that they use to spell cast on the masses, the music videos. You watch a lot of these music videos, you see a lot of Luciferianism in there. You see a lot of, you know, symbols. You see a lot of, you know, signs, codes. You see a lot of different attire that people be wearing that if you're in the know, you know, it actually means it's actually code for something, you know, whether it be cheetah print or black and white floors or black and white attire, you know, all red and black attire, orange hoodie attire. All those things have different connotations that they actually mean on the left hand path, but you don't know that. But the energy behind that is giving something to your subconscious. So you take it in subconsciously. Next thing you know, when you're acting out on certain things in your life, you wonder where did that come from? What's coming from you ingesting all of them spirits from the music and the music videos.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. That's pretty much spot on. You know, at the time when I was going through like a lot of because a lot of people, bro, the one thing that they think is that, you know, when it comes to spirits and faith and shit, the thing that's holding them back is that they think that shit is fake. Like they think that the shit you see on you know, Insidious and Conjuring isn't real. Now I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like demons don't physically manifest themselves in real life, but when it comes to like, you know, I don't know how to describe the word, but like, what is it called where you have out of experience bodies and shit, like people be getting possessed and stuff like that? You know what I'm talking about?
We're talking about what's it called?
I forgot the word. It's like a specific word.
We're talking about what's it called? Paralysis,
like shit like that. Yeah, the main thing is that people think it's fake because they see it on a movie and a cartoon. Like, oh, that can't be real. That's fantasy. When in all honesty, all the ideas that people get for their movies and for their shows comes from real life experiences, bro. Think about this, bro. Back in the 1600s, motherfuckers were getting persecuted for being a witch. You think in 400 years that shit just disappeared? Like, oh, they were just made it up 300-400 years ago. No, it's actually in the fucking history books. So the same thing that happened back then is happening now. Now, obviously, different time periods have, you know, more or less spiritual powers, and we're in an age where spirituality is kind of at a low. But towards the end times, man, you know what I'm saying, this shit getting more and more ramped up. And one way that a lot of you guys get influenced is through your fucking music. Now, I'll give you guys a few examples, bro, because music is what actually led me to spiritual warfare. I want you guys to look up a song if you guys are in the chat room. You guys know Lil Wayne came out with an album sometime last year called Funeral, right? I don't know if you guys knew about that. You guys knew that Lil Wayne came out with an album called Funeral. You seen it?
Yeah, I heard the album. Yeah,
you seen this one?
You talking about the album Funeral? Yeah, I know about that.
Happened when that yeah. So bro, what's crazy about that shit is it came out 5 days before Kobe died. Okay. That's the crazy part. Oh no, I think it was 4 days after he died. I think he died on like the 21st during the Grammy night, and then Lil Wayne released that shit on the 25th or 26th. And I'm like, oh, Lil Wayne dropped some heat. Oh hell yeah, Lil Wayne dropped some heat. I'm about to listen to this shit. I'm looking at this shit, and they got 24 songs on it. I'm listening to this shit, and there's a song where he has a 24-second tribute. I'm listening to the shit, and long story short, he was saying that he's Satan's kid. If you guys look at a specific song called Bastard, he's actually telling you in the lyrics. You see a lot of people, when they hear music, they're like, oh, he just talking, he just cap. I'm going to tell you like this, bro. When you guys listen to my fucking tape and you hear some of the shit that I say on there, it's going to sound like I'm not being realistic because most people don't have the lenses that you have, so they can't really understand your thing. The guy that I played at the beginning of this fucking live stream, Savi the Third, he has a song called I Thought When I Got Signed, I Could Finally Get a Fucking Peace of Mind. Here come the devil every time, bitch. I squabble demons on those crazy streets of mine. So you think that nigga just saying shit out of his fucking ass? Nah, he's telling you his story. But the thing is when you hear it in the music form or you see it in the music video, you just think they're playing bullshit. But like Swin said at the beginning, when you had that actual spiritual lens, you can kind of decipher what they're saying. So long story short, I was listening to the song, and Lil Wayne was saying, yeah, I'm Satan's kid. I'm Satan's kid. I'm Satan's kid. He said, walking on water. This is a new world order. A month and a half before the shit, well, you know what started happening with the C virus. So one thing is that a lot of these messages are getting transmitted on your fucking music. And the thing is that if you don't understand what's going on, you can get influenced, and some people can even get possessed by the dark energy. And that almost happened to me. You want to add something, Swint?
It's funny that you mentioned the music with can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
All right, cool. It's funny that you mentioned the music with the certain artists like Lil Wayne. I was listening to a Rod Wave song a while back called Bottom Boy Survivor, and it's off of the album PTSD. And I was listening to the song, you know, from the surface, you think Bottom Boy Survivor, he talking about, you know, coming from the bottom, surviving the street, surviving the bottom, surviving the hard life to raise to the top. On the song, he's talking about how he's a bottom boy survivor and the things he had to go through and to get to the top, to make it, and all this, that, and the third. Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying that he wasn't at the bottom. I'm not saying that. I'm sure, you know, maybe he was. I don't know. You never know with these people. So maybe he was. But when you look at it from a spiritual lens too, especially knowing one of the gateways to get into the industry is through, you know, the alphabet, you know, activity, you know, you can kind of spiritually look at it and see bottom boy survivor. What is he on a deeper lens? What is he talking about? He's always talking about him actually being a bottom boy, man, for his people that he had to. And there's other lyrics in the song that validated that I forgot about. That I forgot the lyrics, but you know, when you look at it from a different lens, you can see he's actually on another. He's talking about, you know, coming from the bottom too, but he's also talking about how he actually had to survive those experiences and that pain, actually being a bottom boy to, you know, his record execs, his Caucasian Jew handlers, his people he had that he signed his contract to, people that he sold his soul to, the people that he had to do them activities with to be able to get into the industry and get a name for himself in the industry. So a lot of the times when you hear these songs, these names of these songs have double meanings to them. Drake, he's got a song called Underground Kings. He said, took my ground to the grave, I'm an underground king. Now we obviously know that heaven and hell is a condition of mind. It's not an actual place. But when you think about underground king, you know, you think about I think he said some on the song we said, I didn't have to die to get this, to get that. He's talking about, you know, doing the things he did on the left-hand path, what's considered quote unquote hell to the masses, doing things on the left-hand path in order to get the things that he's accomplished. That's why that's why he said he's an underground king. Underground being a reference to what the masses considers hell, you know, a king that came from that kind of environment, you know. So just those two songs that I was mentioning, you know, a lot of the times, even in titles and song lyrics, you can kind of look at it from a spiritual lens to kind of see what these people are actually really saying. I know some people say, man, that's a stretch. Rod Wave not talking about that. Drake not talking about that. I mean, you could think that if you want, But I'm just saying, from a spiritual lens, from a 3-dimensional lens, looking at it, you know, why would that not be the case as well? Especially when you know the things that they have to do to get to where they are.
Facts. Hell yeah. And I'm going to add to that, but real quick, man, shout out to my man Ice Turner Sr., bro. You got anything to say to the chat?
What's going on, fellas? What's going
Salute
on?
Ice, salute
Yo,
Ice.
Peace to you, man. Peace to you. What's going on, brothers?
Chilling, man. We get into this dark side talk, man. I know you say you was hyped for it, so I'm ready. I'm ready to spit that game. You feel me?
Definitely, man.
Hey, one of y'all got an echo. I don't know who it is.
Let me see.
Yo. Yeah, I think it was you, Ice. But yeah. It's your mic.
Hold on.
But yeah, so what I'll do, bro, is whenever y'all not talking, whoever talk, just talk, and then if you're not talking, just mute your shit. But yeah, bro, what you was talking about with Raw Wave, like, it's facts. And the thing is most people are not gonna believe it because they haven't lived it. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I know it's true is because if y'all follow me on Twitter, bro, I be saying some crazy ass shit. I be saying like, yeah, niggas sold they soul. Yeah, this is what happened. Yeah, this is what happened. Yeah, this is what happened. I posted shit on the video. I made a YouTube video, said the 3 ways you can sell your soul, and people watch it, but niggas still don't believe what the fuck I'm saying. They're like, oh, Brandon, you're a conspiracy theorist. Oh, Drake, when he said, yeah, I wrote my name in blood, he's talking about to the chick he was dating in 6th grade. You know, it's like some Valentine's Day shit. Like, nah, bro, they're literally telling you, but they understand how low comprehension a lot of people are and how dumbed down a lot of people are when it comes to the fluoride in your water, the distractions, the pussy around you everywhere, and just quite frankly, the programming that you've been instilled with since birth. They know that most people aren't gonna fucking understand. Just like in the Matrix, bro. If you in the Matrix, that bitch look real, but you gotta understand that it's being controlled by things outside of your lenses. So one thing that I've understood is ever since I do my album, I mean not my album, my tape, I've been doing shit like that. Now the main reason why I brought up the Lil Wayne shit is because one thing you got to understand about music is its radio frequencies. You know, Professor MGTOW, he did a drop. I forgot when he did, but it's talking about how you can manipulate your frequencies in your body through sound waves. So I actually started doing an intro for my next tape, and it's like a hard hitting beat, like some the baby shit. Like, yeah, nigga, we about to go crazy. Like, you know what the beat sometimes talking about, like the Meek Mill, the baby type shit.
Yeah.
When you listen to that shit, it just gets you hype as fuck when you playing it on my sub, and I haven't even said nothing yet. So imagine if I was one of these niggas who sold my soul, like, yeah, nigga, we going out, we killing niggas, there's no amount. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I'm gonna kill niggas. That's my, like, that shit's gonna be instilled in your fucking memory, because y'all gotta understand, you can listen to words, but when you listen to words in a rhythmic pattern, that's what really gets into your subconscious, bro. Because y'all probably don't remember what the fuck you said a week ago, but y'all always remember that song that you heard in 5th grade or 7th grade. You probably know that shit word by word because your brain is a supercomputer. So your brain oftentimes hears things in rhythmic patterns. Why do you think they don't say A, B, C, D? They say A, B, C, D, and you remember that shit your entire fucking life. So when it comes to like shit like that, essentially, bro, that's like the next level. You got anything to add, Ice?
That is true, because it's about, it's definitely about sound. What people also hear sonically, more than just the words and stuff like that. So, that's why I used to, when I did uploads and stuff like that, I played music, and I played songs specifically to tell the other message that I wasn't trying to tell you, that I couldn't tell you in here. It was kind of like between that, I would say the artwork and the words were basically creating a story for you. So definitely, the sound, is everything. Sound definitely really affects you.
Right. And I think too, one main thing is energy can't be created nor destroyed. But when you speak energy in the mic, where does it go? It goes to your ears, to the masses, and they hear that energy. So one thing that a lot of times happens, especially, and this is how a lot of young black men and black women get preyed on in the hood, is they're raised with trauma. Think about it. Your dad is either locked up in jail or dead. Your mom is, and I'm not saying she's a deadbeat mom, but let's just be real, bro. When you come from those environments, you're not raised like a lot of y'all. I don't know how y'all childhood was growing up, when I would go to my dad's family, they live in South Central LA, bro. Like it's roaches everywhere. It's prostitutes outside, bro. It's like hell on earth type shit. So when you see your environment like that, immediately your emotions come into play. Now, when you listen to rap music, what is the main thing that you hear in the rap music? You hear about fucking hoes, killing niggas, robbing dudes. I'm the nigga on the streets. I'm the dope dealer. I'm the hood dealer. And I'm not sitting here saying that that music is bad. Like some of that shit slap. I listen to that shit every single day for the most part. But the thing is, I can understand the subconscious programming, and I'm not gonna be influenced by it. The thing is that most unsuscepting simps, most unsuscepting thugs, most unsuscepting, wannabe Megan Thee Stallion chicks, they hear that music, and then when you add it with the trauma, it's programming you to act and move a certain way. And that's what happened to me when I was listening to the Lil Wayne album, the song Satan's Kid. When I was going out and I was saying it, I would start to think evil shit, bro. When I put on NBA Youngboy, Rich as Hell, and I'm listening to this shit, and I just broke up. I just stopped fucking with a chick that I really fuck with, or nigga, I found out I got manipulated or somebody was doing dirty to me. When I was listening to those songs and I had that emotion, it made me start thinking evil shit. I remember, bro, I won't even forget this, bro. I remember one day I woke up sad as fuck, bro. I walked out of my bedroom, I went into the kitchen, and I started putting on the NBA Youngboy. And in my brain, I was like, yeah, this shit go hard. And I took out my phone, I put playlist. And I labeled that shit evil. I labeled it evil playlist. And I put all these dark ass beats, all these beats by Lil Baby, like dark ass beats, sad beats. And I'm listening to it, and I caught myself. I'm in a trance. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bro? I just listened to this shit as evil playlist, bro. What the fuck, like, bro? I'm tripping, bro. So I immediately deleted it, and I'm like, yo, this shit is fucking with me. And this was about 2-3 weeks before I had like a spiritual experience. Now, you guys feel that you get a certain type of vibe from the music that you had before you guys kind of got into the truth and you kind of understood what was going on?
Yeah, when I was younger. I jumped off the porch early from like Onyx and shit like that. Like they did it for me. Then certain it does play. Music can have have that level of influence on you over I would say an unsuspected mind or an impressionable mind. Because when you listen to like Jay early on, and you listen to like the Reasonable Doubt, you want that type of situation. Everybody, I was going to school with, my homies. We was all trying to get those cars. We was trying to get that Lex bubble. So it does influence you. If your mind is impressionable, if your mind isn't really developed,
That's true, bro. You want to add something, Swint?
Yeah, I just want to add to what Ice is saying. When your mind is impressionable, like that, you're in a position where you're vulnerable at every which way you go. You know what I'm saying? Because you haven't fully developed into who you actually are. So you're looking for influences in people that are deemed, popular and high status and, high claiming people and people that everybody wants to be around, everybody is talking about. You look to them at some point for some form of inspiration. So you want to be like them. So how do you choose to be like them? You replicate the music. That's why I see a lot with a lot of these women because majority of them don't know who they are. Who do they try to be like? Who's hot right now? Megan Thee Stallion, the City Girls. That's why you see a lot of these chicks saying period, because the City Girls made that popular when they started saying it. Next thing you know, because a lot of these chicks don't know themselves, they just hop on the fastest trends. They just hop on the what's popular to because this is what these group of girls who and they're looked at highly. So I want to be in that same kind of light as them. So I'm gonna replicate they talking points, they movements, they actions, their mannerisms. And it's the same thing when you're growing up as a man. You listen to these rappers, you listening, to, I grew up on Jeezy, T.I., I'm from Atlanta, T.I., Jeezy, Gucci Mane, you listen to, all that, you know what I'm saying? You grow up, you kind of take a Tony. So all the females talking about Gucci all the time. Everyone's looking up to Gucci. Like I want to be like Gucci. You know, I want to be the nigga riding around the hood with the wheels, the cars, and all that. And I got
Mm-hmm.
5 bitches in the car with me, and you know I'm the top nigga. You know, so you kind of take on that persona because you don't know yourself yet, because you haven't actualized, to use Ref's term, you haven't actualized, you know, who you actually are. What really gives you fulfillment? What really gives you purpose? What's your purpose for living? What really gives you fulfillment? You don't know that, yet. So it's easy to be impressionable to these celebrities and the people who are giving you really demonic messages through the music. It's very easy and that's how they get you. That's how they get you young. You know, that's how they get you young, man. And because most people never get out of that trance state that you're put in, it matriculates itself next to 25, 26, 27, 30, and you live in the same kind of lifestyle you did when you was 18 and you haven't matured out of that state.
Yes, indeed. And you got
That's facts,
also,
bro. Hey, have you ever? Oh, go ahead, bro.
no, I'm saying I was going to say the thing that popped in my mind because I think the gentleman was talking about that Triple X song, with that bar that was tossed at Triple X Drake. But if you look at like a lot of people been throwing out like a lot of demonic messages. Like if you look at the band Kiss, right? What is it? What is it? The acronym for it. You know, it's basically supposed to be kids in Satan's school. Now look at Jadakiss's last album. I mean, not his last album. One of the albums he had, it was called The Last Kiss. You know?
Damn, that's crazy.
And the Locks.
Hey, that's
Warlocks.
crazy, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Hey, with that Drake line, he said SMS triple X. That's the only time I ever shoot below the neck. Why you keep on shooting if you know that nigga dead? And that was what, like a month or two after he died?
I think it was. I think it was
so
before,
you know, a lot of
before
one thing.
Yep.
I know he released that album in like June, bro, and I think X died around the same time. So
Okay,
I mean, it's no coincidence, bro. Just like the shit with just like the same shit with Lil Wayne, bro, where he released Funeral 5 days after Kobe died, and a lot of people was like, oh yeah, of course he's gonna release it after he died. But think about it, how long does it take you to publish an album, to record an album, to get the beats, to engineer, and then on top of that to distribute that shit? That shit don't happen in 5 fucking days, bro. That shit takes at the bare minimum a few weeks and more than likely a couple months. So one thing that I learned in COJ, he put me on game, is that a lot of the higher level, you know, what you want to call them artists, some people call them witches, is that, you know, they're put on game to what's gonna happen next in the script. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how we could kind of understand the end times through the scriptures and through the Most High. Well, they get their messages from the people who actually run the fucking Matrix. They tell them like, hey, yeah, you know, the C virus is probably gonna come this year. This is gonna happen next year, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They kind of just prepare for that shit. Because think about it. Remember them CEOs? We had like 50 CEOs who stepped down a month before the virus started. You think they didn't know shit, or you know what I mean? So it's all planned. It's all controlled.
It's just like Kobe's death. You look at his last game that he played. He got pulled off the court at 4.1 seconds. Right? How old was he when he died? He was 41.
Oh yeah.
If you guys ever watch Chamberlain Heights, the little cartoon, he died in a helicopter.
Damn. There you go right there.
I low key, we should get into that shit, man. We should get into that shit because honestly, man, anything dealing with Hollywood is satanic as fuck, bro. Like hella satanic.
Definitely.
So I wanna break down how you guys feel about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian.
With that situation, but as far as the divorce or just the union, them coming together. Now the divorce,
just in general, just their whole relationship.
I think it was a good business move for both of them. You know, as far as them getting married and as well as even them getting divorced, because they're actually going to make a lot more money separated.
No, I'm talking about like a spiritual aspect, because you know how a lot of people think that Kanye is she's a succubus to Kanye, and she's taking the spiritual energy, and the
But
nigga
he
looks
did.
depressed every time he's around her, and Caitlyn Jenner and shit.
Oh yeah, those women actually. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't put like we call those hexagrams.
Mm.
They wouldn't put those hexagrams on their pussy
Hex-
and did like and did like rituals
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because
you
you can
gotta go
actually
deeper
see.
in that, Ice, because I heard that, but I never actually knew, figured out what it was.
Yeah, that's something where they utilize to basically pull the man in with the womb. You gotta look at vagina for example. You open up, it looks like, excuse me, it looks like a snake head, like a snake opening his mouth when you really look at it. So imagine,
Yeah, that's
that
true.
ritual being on top of that. That's why I tell brothers, do not, you shouldn't eat anything, that you can't cook. You're trying to give them the heads up. You're bowing your head down to Satan.
Damn, bro, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. That's symbolic as fuck, bro. But I agree with you when it comes to that, man. And in my honest opinion, I believe in the succubus incubus shit, man. More so succubus, because I don't roll that other way, bro. But you know what I'm saying? When it comes to like certain women and their energy, their spiritual energy, that's why I be telling a lot of dudes to do semen retention, or at least like experience it, because when you retain your spiritual energy, your life energy, that shit's transmuted, just like how when you speak on the microphone and your energy is transmuted through music, your sexual energy is transmuted as well. And a lot of times, man, especially in 2021, you got a lot of chicks with a lot of demons on them. In my opinion, Kim Kardashian, and they see a dude like Kanye West, who's all spiritual energy. I mean, he's one of the most gifted artists to ever live. That nigga's like a spiritual plantation, and she just sucking everything out of him.
See, the thing is that all women are demons. It's just some of them have, more access to their power. But see, the God's giving you power to basically have even the demons tremble at you. The demons should be trembling at you and worshiping you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think guys, forget that. They kind of, well, I don't know if they forgot that or they were just never really taught that, because you got to look at the average household, right? You got to look at the mom. The mom was a cunt, and the dad was a pussy, and you can never put her in subjection. Women are all demons. They're meant to be. They're meant to be subjugated and objectified and given instructions to. But that's a side note.
I feel you. You got anything you want to add to it?
I think with the Kardashian aspect of it too. I mean, you got to think about it. All the females in that Kardashian clique group, they're all witches. So when you look at it from that perspective, the men that are taken in under that witch coven, those men are all going to be spiritually affected in their relations with dealing with them. We all remember Lamar Odom, and what happened with him.
Right.
We started messing with that one Kardashian, the Khloe. We started messing with Khloe. We'll see what happened with him, Reggie Bush. That white basketball player. And a bunch of they don't call it the Kardashian curse for no reason. They're all witches. They're all part of a high-ranking witch coven, and they're really all high-class escorts. When you really think about it, because all of them, perform, services. Put it that way, they all perform services for the top-ranking men in those, in that field of endeavor, that high-ranking society type, environment. That's why when you watch the WAP music video and Kylie Jenner, she was in all cheetah print. And, we know what the cheetah print is stand for. You know what I'm saying? That's the MK Ultra sex kitten code, through the clothing. They're all beta program sex kittens. All the Kardashians are. So they're like they're like a reward for the men at that level, but they're also like a curse for the men at that level as well. Because it's like in order to get to that level, by just being associated with a Kardashian, your name is going to be, magnified in the social realm. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it takes a lot out of you being with the Kardashian as well. So it's a kind of in a worldly sense, it's kind of a gift and a curse being with one of them.
Hey, that's facts, man. That's hella facts. Hey, real quick. Hey, shout out to my boy King Rev.
Hey, what's good? What's good, fellas?
Salute, Rev. Salute, bro.
Hey, you came in at a perfect time, bro. We talking about succubuses. We talking about Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian clan.
Oh, so basically, my thoughts as far as like Kim Kardashian being a succubus, I think that's true, and it's ironic. It's ironic you mentioned that because just before I hopped on the stream, I was eating, and then I clicked on this YouTube video, and there was this commercial, Kris Jenner. I skipped past it, but the reason why I'm bringing that up is a thought came to mind, and I was thinking about. I notice a lot of Black women, they have like this love-hate relationship with the Kardashian family, and by them having this love-hate relationship for them, it's ironic to me because the Kardashians aren't that much different from the typical Black family. The women are more prominent. The men is emasculated. The men that they deal with is even more emasculated. You get what I'm saying? The Kardashian family is no different than the Black family. They're just with a lighter skin face.
And they have money.
Yeah, and they have millions.
Hey, I'll say this: they don't got no creative talent either, bro. They just steal the dudes in the family's talents and they run with it. Same shit with Travis Scott, Ben Simmons, James Harden, Tristan Thompson.
That too. I forgot about them.
They take the energy. They take the Black man's energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's no real different from the Black family. Like as we see today, it's no real different. That's why the hate for the Kardashians. I don't take because I be seeing the comments. Oh, they're taking our men. No, they're not. No, they're not. How can they be taking your men? These guys, you wouldn't want them.
I would to add on to the Kardashian relationship with the typical Black, dynamic between men and women, and the family dynamic. When you think about the Kardashians too, like I was mentioning earlier, the all beta program Sex Kids, that was shown with Kylie Jenner in the WAP music video with the cheetah print. But there's been plenty of other instances where it's been shown as well. But that was the most recent one to my knowledge. But they're kind of like I was saying, they're kind of like a reward for those men, because being with a Kardashian is going to increase your profile times 100. People know James Harden and Tristan Thompson from the NBA, but Tristan Thompson is an average basketball player at best. Plenty of people know Tristan Thompson based on his relationship. I think he was with Khloe, based on his relationship with Khloe and the kid they had together and all that. He was on the show and all those kind of things. But it's the same kind of thing in the black, family dynamic. The men kind of see it as a reward to get with certain women. It's like the men don't see themselves as the man. They see a woman as, I'm working, the head, I'm working towards this. Just like the men are working towards a position to get with a Kardashian. To increase their profile, the men look at it as it's an increase of manhood myself to be with this woman, this Black woman.
It's sad but funny.
Yeah, real shit. I want to add that.
I'll go.
Real quick, let me add this real quick. And also, one thing that they do is they use the man that they're taking to amplify their power and to use his spiritual energy to transmute that shit across the masses. The same shit that happened with Kobe Bryant when they sacrificed him. And if you guys in the chat, you don't know that, just look up the gematria of that shit. But they use the energy from that specific instance across the airways. Because think about it. People who never even fucking knew Kobe was in the streets crying, bro, like bawling their fucking tears out because celebrity who probably didn't give two fucks about them passed away. You know what I'm saying? Because he had that type of personality that was worldwide. That's why it was such a crazy sacrifice when it happened. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that in response to Swint's comment, it's kind of both ways too, because the Kardashians, despite them being big, they're always looking for new avenues, new demographics. Like rich people don't look at race, they look at demographics. You know, they look at things differently than the average person. So that whole thing with Trump, with them storming the Capitol, a lot of they're paying attention online. Okay, which demographic is affected by this? Which demographic is affected by that? That's how they market, you know. So, so when a Kardashian is with a basketball player or whatnot, she's marketing herself to a basketball player's demographic, which is you know, young men between 15 and 25 for the most part, or 15 to 30. They're looking at demographics. So now I'm not saying that what Swint is saying is wrong. I'm just adding on to it. You know, they definitely do take the energy from those guys. But on the flip side, those guys are taking from them too.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's a two-way street, you know, in the interaction with them. The men, you know, they use the Kardashians and the Kardashians use them as well. It's a two-way street.
Exactly. Kardashians wouldn't be mentioned in rap lyrics if Kanye wasn't with them, you know, if Travis wasn't with them, you know.
Well, it goes back to Ray J. Not this Ray J, but Ray J. Now, check this out though. Check this out. Real talk though. Check this out. Now, see, to me, I see it this way. It's actually a mixed blessing with the Kardashians. And we'll get to that. So here's the thing. The Kardashians, let's just keep it a buck. They are a benchmark. Since you know, the so-called black chicks don't want a lot of guys that they claim are being taken from them. Okay. No, guys just see a better benchmark. You're not the benchmark no more. You know, so you can have bottom shelf Brads, but guys are thinking about Kim, you know. But with that said, you know, you mentioned Chloe. I think it was you, Swift, right? You mentioned Chloe earlier.
Yeah, it's Swint. It's Swint, bro.
Swint. Okay, yeah. Swint. Okay. Now a lot of people don't know the name of Chloe, what it means. Chloe is actually a good name for a witch.
Damn.
Now, let's go there. Let me break this down. Should I break this down some more? Should I break this down some more?
Yeah, go into that.
Okay. The name Chloe means young green shoot, which is basically depicted of the goddess called Demeter. Look it up. I've known a chick named Chloe. Every chick that I've known that's been named Chloe has been associated with witchcraft.
Damn. That's crazy.
Damn. Yeah. Thank you for putting us on game. Exactly. Any chick that hit DM me name Chloe, block.
Immediately. Damn, I didn't know that. That's man, that's some knowledge right there.
Damn.
So one thing I wanted to touch on what he said about semen retention. Now, everybody has a different take on it. How you guys feel about semen retention? Me personally, I think it's like the spiritual protection layer that men can have when they retain it. But how do y'all feel about it?
Well, what is it actually? Or what is everybody's interpretation of semen retention? No right or wrong answer, but just curious.
Oh,
so
just
me,
like
I feel like semen retention is essentially your life force, your life energy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, obviously when you shoot, you can create life. You have billions, millions of cells in there at a time. And the main thing is this world is designed to take away your sexual energy. Because as a man, in my opinion, that's your biggest weakness, when you can't control your sexual urges. So, you know, essentially when you quote unquote retain them, kind of like in Think and Grow Rich, you can do a lot of crazy things. And just the type of man you are, I feel it personally amplifies. It's like fucking Goku on the Kaioken. Like, you just get like, you feel like you're the best version of yourself. But that's just my opinion.
I think the whole thing with semen retention. I think semen retention is great. Now, I think the whole movement behind semen retention is blowing up because a lot of guys, I say it like this: semen retention has its place, but I think guys tend to take it further than what it is. You know, guys be like, you know, I was on 25 days retention and I could talk to any bitch I want to in the world. You know, I'm not saying I don't believe those guys, but I'm just saying like maybe because you're just getting more sleep. You know?
Well, that's the thing though. Were they doing semen retention or were they doing it something else, but they just said that was them taking it further?
Yeah, they was taking semen retention.
That's a good point.
I think they didn't have a choice.
Because my thing is that ties into where it could possibly just be no fap instead of semen retention. You see what I'm saying? Because usually the semen retention is during sex. You hold back from busting your nut during sex. You see, so when you're not having sex, you're not letting it loose. That's like no fap. However, you can still do semen retention while fapping by not letting it loose while you're fapping. So TMI, but just thought I'd put it out.
Yeah, of course. Workplace bias. As far as workplace bias, depending on who you are, you're just gonna have to accept it. Sometimes people, like in the workplace, they envy your sense of freedom. You know, so they do little things and try to play with you and stuff like that. You know, I realize people don't envy right or wrong. People envy a sense of freedom. You know, that's something that I noticed. And I noticed that in the workplace. So as far as workplace bias, that's just something you're going to have to deal with. Either you're going to kiss these people's asses or you're going to deal with workplace bias. And even if you do kiss the ass, you're still going to experience it. Another thing about bias can work in your favor too. Are you the teacher's pet or are you the teacher's worst student? You know, or are you smart as in class? Bias has a negative connotation, but bias just means that you're a little more aligned to something emotionally, that your judgment is going to be, let's say, clouded or whatnot. So workplace bias does happen. It can happen for you on a positive basis or a negative. And that's all I got to say about that.
So,
I think, go ahead, my bad.
No, you good. Yeah, I think it's just used to your favor, man. At the end of the day, I say it like this: I would never kiss another person's ass. I don't submit to nobody except the Most High. So at the end of the day, it just kind of depends on like your aura, your energy, bro. If they see that you're a pussy, you know, no amount of semen retention is gonna stand up for yourself, bro. It's more like a character thing. But I do think that, in my opinion, when you have a higher testosterone level, it makes you a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more assertive. So I think that if you are, you know, essentially retaining, or, you know, you're not, because porn makes you a pussy, bro. It's just something about porn. And I think we should get into whether you guys believe porn is demonic or not. I personally do. But I think that whenever you're a man, if you're like at a low state vibrationally from watching too much porn, then essentially people can feel your energy and they might think you're a pushover and they might start fucking with you. But go ahead, Ray J.
You really want to know my thoughts about porn? Oh man.
Enlighten me, man.
All right, man. It depends. So you got to treat porn like fire. You got to treat porn like women. You have to do things in moderation. You have to know what is good for you and what's not. The problem is a lot of guys that are into porn haven't figured that out. So you got most guys that overindulge, or sometimes they check out certain aspects of porn that obviously is very detrimental to them. So I think that's the problem that I see with porn in this day and age.
See, I don't believe that porn links you to the occult.
I think my thoughts on porn, of course, is demonic. The food you eat's demonic. The GMO, the air you breathe is demonic. Everything's demonic, bro. We're on demonic soil. You get what I'm saying? You, whether we like it or not, you can't avoid it. You know, TV's demonic. It's a portal. They're broadcasting spells on you. The music's demonic. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to like sugarcoat it, but at the end of the day, all the stuff that we like in this society is pretty much demonic. You get what I'm saying? It's pretty much demonic. We're attracted to a woman that's not in their natural essence. You get what I'm saying? All this stuff is demonic. You know, anything that has imbalance is demonic. You know? So to answer the question, is porn demonic? Yes. But at the same time, for some men who are in the truth, like me and Swint talk about, porn's a necessary evil for some guys, you know?
It is. It is.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's right, but it's a necessary evil, man. You know? So is it demonic? Yes. Long answer, yes. Short answer, yes. It's definitely demonic.
I think the thing with porn too is that, you know, porn is demonic just from the simple essence of what it is. You know, when you strip it all down, essentially you're watching another man have sex with another woman on camera, like, and you're doing what you're doing to that action. That's cuckoldry. You know, when you think about it, when you strip everything else away from it, that's what it is. You know, yes, they're not in person. You know, it is on a computer or a phone. It's not actually in person. You're not doing it in person, but essentially that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It is a cuckold activity. You know, watching porn when you look at it in the grand scheme of things. So I would say it's demonic just from that aspect of it right there. That's before you even get into how a lot of these porn stars, especially the high-ranking porn stars, are Luciferians. How a lot of them are Freemasons, especially a lot of your famous porn stars who've been around the industry for a long time. A lot of them are Masons. A lot of them are Freemasons. A lot of the especially for the male porn stars, a lot of them how to get in a position where they even get to fuck all those women on camera. They have to, you know, do gay scenes, or they gotta sleep with the porn director. You know what I'm saying? Especially a lot of black men porn stars. So that's you know that's before you even get into all of that. But just off of the essence of what porn is when you're doing it, I mean when you're doing what you're doing while you're watching it, it's demonic and it's unnatural. You know, that's why, you know, when you go into the word fornication in the scriptures, one of the words for fornication in the Greek is porneia, and that's obviously where you get porn from, because it's unnatural. That's what fornication is: unnatural sexual activity. It's an unnatural sexual activity to, you know, pleasure yourself to two people having sex. You know what I'm saying? That's. But like Ref was saying, I understand. I'm not gonna be a guy who tells brothers to stop watching porn completely, because I understand, man. You know, it's when you're a brother who thinks on a higher level, and you're a brother who, just by you being it's difficult to maintain rapport with a lot of these females out here. You know what I'm saying? Just by you being who you are and your natural essence. You know, sometimes, hey man, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? If that keeps you going, then hey, you gotta do. I'm not saying make a habit out of it. You know, obviously
I see it this way. Yeah, that's why I kind of look at it as more of like, we talk about vaccines and flu shots and even anti-venoms. Sometimes porn can be just that for some people. So my thing is also I almost lost my train of thought on this, but okay, keep running that back. I'm gonna come back to y'all. That was something I was gonna drop on that. Keep going.
I wanted to add to what you said. Oh, well, one thing I want to add to Swint is that if you look at all the most popular porn, bro, and I ain't gonna lie, bro, I'll be fucking with X videos 2-3 times a month. It is what it is. But there's one porn star who blew up during the pandemic. It's this one chick with like some big ass, like a big fat fake ass and titties, and she gets off on an incest porn. It'll be like stepsister fucks brother in bed, or stepsister fucks that, because think about
Oh,
it. All
yeah.
the immoral shit.
I got
Think
it.
about it. All the immoral shit in the Bible, they watch that shit on porn. Think about it. Lesbianism, you know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with no gay porn. I don't know what they do on that side and shit like that. You got
Yeah.
fucking trannies on there, bro. You got incest. You got adultery, bro. Because think about it. There's natural good inside of you. So when they're fucking with that shit, it's like, you know, I'm on the dark side. I'm on, you know, I'm going into my dark side desires, which is what Professor MGTOW be talking about a lot.
Okay. I remember now. Now, out in the savannah, or just amongst the male species of a lot of animals, especially mammals, and even some reptiles. Yes, some reptiles. Now, what usually happens when one male sees another male with a female?
They fight.
And the male kills the kids of the female.
He kills the female. Sometimes he kills the male. But notice during that time, he boosts his testosterone starts to get off the charts. He starts to musk. He starts to let out a battle cry, because he's like, that should be me. You know what I'm saying? So basically where I'm going with this is there's actually been some researches, and, you know, I don't really like to do a lot of research, but this is what I did come across. And this was like years ago, and I'm pretty sure it's valid even now. But some guys actually get aroused, not necessarily in a cuck situation, but they get more aroused when they see another guy upon another gal, because they like, that should be me. I actually can do a better job at getting her taken care of than you can. So some guys actually get more aroused. Like if he was in that situation, he would push him off and take care of her. So porn does affect guys differently. It depends.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Ray J, because, and this is why I brought up you know, certain beautiful women. A lot of guys are afraid to talk to her, but let's say she gets with you, the niggas want to be sneaky, dirty Mac you and all this, you know, because they see you obtaining something that what they perceive, like you being with her shows that she can be taken, and they want to prove themselves in that type of way. You feel me? In addition to that, if you look at like a lot of the colors of like porn sites, is red. Red reeks of passion, reeks of sex. You know, they strategically put this in there on purpose. Like it's rare we have a porn site that doesn't have a shade of red in it, you know?
Yeah, I agree. That's like a subconscious, a subliminal. It goes back to that IPO drop that Ice did about, you know, when dudes kind of show off a chick and she's flashy. She's wearing them colors. The lady in the red dress, you got her looking like a peacock. Got her looking flashier than you. So this is a tall tale sign you want someone else to take her. When you showing guys how you kiss her in public, how you hold her, there's another guy that can be like, well, I can wrap her legs around me and throw her on top of the car. You probably never did that with her before in a long time. There's a lot of things that goes on in a man's mind when he sees a certain chick that looks a certain way, she's dressed a certain way in public. See, this is like another level here, what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and porn, to be honest, it's an escape for, it's pretty much used as a form of escape, you know? It's a form of escape, you know? A lot of guys, they don't, I mean, we just gotta be real. Most women are average, so I'm not saying porn stars aren't average either, but they got the body, they got the nastiness that a lot of guys secretly desire, you know? Most guys at home, his girl's a square. She want to ride his dick for 2 minutes and then just get right back up. And then in porn, the riding scene will be 8 to 10 minutes. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's like what Freeport be saying, dark side desires. You know.
Hey, so how you feel about dark side desires? Do you feel like it's naturally ingrained in us? But one thing I want to say is how you feel about dark side desires and how it affects your spirituality. Because I guarantee you a lot of the dark side desires that motherfuckers be talking about, you know, if you're a righteous man, it's kind of like you in that gray area. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can actually add a little bit to that. I think a lot of that has to do with definitely mental health. You know, with the dark side desires and like certain things, like if you're into certain fetishes and stuff like that, certain inhibitions, like, you know, like you see like with women, you know, fucking dogs and shit like that, or guys, you know, wanting chicks to be eating their ass and shit like that is like, you know what I'm saying? There's definitely, you know, it's a mental thing, because I think once you become, you know what I'm saying, mentally healthy, you start seeing things like that. It's like, you know, I mean, even having sex in the wrong positions and stuff like that, you know, really you're supposed to be doing in the wheelbarrow position to basically block the curses and stuff like that. But you know, that would just be boring. That would just be that would be boring and stuff like that. Then you get to the point to where, as though if you really break open the script, you see what happened with Sodom and Gomorrah. It was based on fellatio. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why everything happened, because it was, you know, men getting head from women, and then them niggas giving head to the other men, and then women giving head to other women, and so forth. So it was like, that's what created the destruction. So they said you're not even supposed to even do that. So it's just like, you know, when you really look at the book, you really see like, but then it says in the scripture, it says, you know, your wife, whatever y'all do in the bed is not defiled, but not state contractual shit that, you know, that these Caucasoids have put on, you know, onto us, you know, for a business move.
Yeah, the sexual positions, it should never be like the same position that she can do. You see what I'm saying? So if you get on top, she's not supposed to be on top. So meaning, like if it's a missionary, then yeah, cowgirl, you know, she shouldn't be on top of you. You know, you should be on top of her. But that makes you wonder, like even with missionary, there's you kind of have to do things different in regards to missionary, because once again, you don't want to do a position that you think that she would be able to do herself, or get away with it, or her thinking, oh, we're equal, so I can do that too to you. You see what I'm saying? There's been porn flicks where you'll get a female stroking a dude, like she'll do a stroking position to you, and he'll let her. He'll get between he'll let her get in between his legs after he got in between hers. You see what I'm
saying? I get you.
I think with regards to spirituality and the sex sex aspect of it, my personal opinion on it, you know, as long as you're not breaking no laws in the act, like going into certain things you're not supposed to be doing, like fornication and, you know, all kinds of different sexual orientations that, you know, not, you know, I say that I'm not specifically talking about same sex, I'm talking about all kinds of other stuff that, you know, people have dark side desires towards. As long as you're not doing those kind of things, I don't really see anything wrong with exploring what you can explore, what suits you and the person that you're, you know, engaging with in that activity, as long as you're not breaking no laws. Now, if what you want to do goes into breaking the commands, then you probably should stop doing it, you know. But if what you want to do doesn't break no commands, then like Ice was saying, you know, what you do with your wife in the bedroom, that's y'all business. You know, that's not really, you know, as long as you're not going against what the scriptures say. I mean, that's what y'all do is between y'all. You feel me? So that's just kind of my opinion on it.
But yeah, let's think about that too. All these positions, these things, like eating booty like groceries, things like that. So she gonna want you to do it. She might want to do it to you. So it makes you wonder though, and you look at certain things in certain scriptures, and just even biological things that are actually unhealthy for you, but people still want to explore. There are certain sexual positions that actually open up portals depending on the position, because it looks like a certain star.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I want to ask you guys this then. Have you guys ever dealt with sex magic before?
Yep.
What's your experience, bro? If you don't mind.
What I experienced more so what they experience. You ever? Well, I was going to break down. Was it sex? Was it called what do they call it? That work? I forgot. It's called fuck it. I just I hate when you get that brain fart, man. I had it, but usually you're transferring you're transferring energy, and you're transferring your spirit into that woman by getting into those portals. It's just what your brother Ray was talking about.
Shit, I agree. I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier, that energy can't be transferred or destroyed. Because another thing that I feel, and this is just my personal thing, I don't know what you guys have done, but I've actually had like necklaces, I've had orbs, and I've had shit like that I was fucking with before I found the Most High. And like some of that shit is unnatural as fuck, bro. But like I'll ask my cousin, I'll be like, yeah, you remember when I used to have that necklace? Like, yeah, I remember you had it. Like some about it just drew me into you. Or yeah, when you take certain pictures, I'll be looking at it because that shit give you some type of, like, in my opinion, spiritual energy. Just like you said earlier, Ice, where you said that they would have the hexagram and they put that shit in their pussy, and when the guy would be fucking them, it kind of like put an X on them. I feel like that shit is facts, but I don't know if y'all ever used that shit before you found the truth or before you got into it. I don't know if you guys ever experienced that.
I came across a chick that had it in a room when I came into a room. It was kind of like I was asking her, like how God asked Adam, "Where art thou?" But more so like, "Bitch, what are you doing?" She had the candles, she had the little hexagram, she had the whole little setup, and she had a certain fragrance, it was like a Lilith smell. So like, okay, I see what you're trying to do. Then she was trying to take pictures. And like, no, I don't do that. I already do that work. See, but there's another thing that I'm not saying I've done it, but there's another form of black arts whereas though if you take like you see like roadkill, whatever like that, like a raccoon, for example, like the backbone of a raccoon, and you bury it, you piss into the ground, and then you put out a couple candles and some salt, black salt around, then when you do that, when the candle goes out, you scribble certain things in cursive backwards, right? And you also like if you put like your pubic hair in like cornbread and you have her eat it, then it causes, it'll cause her to be attached to you.
That's why semen retention is so important.
Yeah, if you put your pubic hair. That's why I watch women when they cook stuff. I'm Caribbean, so I got
Right. Because they might put some hex on that shit, man. I know exactly what you're talking about, especially them African chicks, bro.
Oh, they even worse. They got it, man. Some chick actually did some shit this year. It didn't really go through, man, but it definitely. I knew she did some shit. What's going on top? Like like it's funny because if you really are in your spirit, when someone's doing something. That's the crazy thing. When someone is doing something. When someone did something. It just didn't necessarily have that effect because it did say that the scripture says many weapons will be formed against you, right? It just will not prosper. It will not affect you.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah, and honestly, man, just based off of this live so far, most of the dark shit y'all talking about is coming from females, bro. So I think we should get into that. A lot of people like debate me when it comes to like the truth and shit, but the beginning story, that shit isn't our reality, bro. Like you said, Ice, you said all women are demons, and this dude right here, he laughed at you, but I mean, I haven't gotten any evidence that disproves what you said is not facts, bro.
But the demons, they took on, they're the handmaiden of Satan. When they took that fruit, right? What do they inherit?
The knowledge.
That's why I said the other day they're idiot savants. They're dumb as hell and everything else, but they're like fucking masters at getting in your head and getting your life and fucking that up completely.
Craftiness. Cunning.
Mm-hmm.
She knows you more than you know yourself at times, and she'll tell you that.
She'll study you. Think about you. I got a chick that's actually stalking me right now. And she even almost created a fake car accident just today. But I was on point. I allowed a few cars to get up in front of me. And then she was trying to follow my route. She was trying to, she knew that my route. She studied my routes. But I had different routes. And I went to a different one. Boom. And I looked at her in her eyes. She talked. I see her if you're around. I seen that demon. This bitch is a demon. There's no conscience there. There's no soul.
Yeah. Gotta think about that. So this is important when you talk about the light. Like when you talking about this light here at your live stream, Young Kai, that's the thing. She's already dark when you met her. So let's see how far your light gonna reach in it, if it will.
Right, and that's one thing too, is that when you look at the like what women are into, they and don't get me wrong, because I know Freeport and I know Ray J, y'all really into that astrology shit, but you know they say that astrology is a left-hand path when it comes to it. You know, when it comes to like witchcraft and the numbers and the gematria and shit, women are really into that shit. They're into the what's that the little boards, the little, not the Ouija boards, but the little tarot boards, tarot cards, boards. Yeah. They're into the pagan holidays more often than not than men are. So when you guys really start, like, a lot of guys be like, yeah, you fucking a lot of hoes, you fucking with a lot of chaotic ass energy that's probably pulling your ass down. And in my honest opinion, I think the biggest reason why most people is gonna get chipped is because of the female that they're fucking with.
Exactly. Because look what fucking work they're fucking with. They're putting their dick in a hole that shits and in a hole that bleeds. Now, if you see yourself as a lord, you wouldn't stick your dick in either one of those. You know what I'm saying? At best, she's got to earn it basically, you know what I'm saying, to insert it in her mouth.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Shit, she better earn at least a spoon from me. If you even get a spoon from me on a cuddle tip, you gotta earn just a damn spoon. But you know, she'll treat that like riding a broomstick.
Damn, he said riding a broomstick. Like Bewitched and shit. Oh shit.
Shit.
Hey, so real quick, I want to ask y'all, there's 5 of us on the panel. So what's been like the craziest experience you had with like the dark path? For me, it's the music battles. When like I said early last year, bro, I was listening to a lot of shit. I had a lot of I had some crystals, some orbs in my house, bro, and that led me to the Most High. You know, I had like a spiritual battle and I was seeing shit all around me, numbers, having dreams. So I mean, if y'all don't mind sharing it, y'all can. If you don't want to, it's no issue. But
cool.
If y'all got any experiences y'all want to share with the chat, just let me know.
Yeah, I seen 3 demons swimming around my friend. This is back when I was like, might have had it been 17, 16, and I was in the back of the car. I forgot who was driving. And my boy was coming up the block. You know, he was on a regular, you know, dyno bikes. Remember those bikes? And he had his girlfriend and her sister. And I just looked at him. Somehow it was just like I was able to see it. Like my spiritual eyes, you see like 3 demons. It was like bodiless demons. Like it looked like skulls, like swimming around in the sky. And then, you know, it was just certain things that was interesting about him. I think he definitely had given himself over.
He said this is when you was a kid.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy, bro. I'll tell you one thing. I ain't gonna be one of these red pill niggas that said I ain't never got did dirty by a chick. the last chick that I ever took seriously, that bitch was a literal sucky bitch, man. You know how Ray J was talking about how semen retention is so important. Well, she would purposely chill with me, and I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm on my second week, like we good." She'll purposely get on her knees and try to suck the shit out of my dick to fuck up my streak. You know what I'm saying? But one thing when I was fucking with this chick, man, I remember one time she was at my house, and for those of y'all who don't know, when you start watching horror movies and shit before you go to sleep, like what King Ref said, it's a black mirror, so it's like a portal. Now me, I've always been to do sleep talk, I sleepwalk. So whenever I'm with a chick, they always like, yeah, you be cussing in your sleep, you be saying all type of crazy shit in your sleep when I'm around other people. So I was chilling with this chick, and we was having sex or whatever, and we watched I don't know if it was The Conjuring or it was Insidious. It was one of those fucking movies, right? And long story short, I was knocked the fuck out. She was sleeping over, and she had like insomnia, so she would stay up all night and shit. And she said that when she was chilling at my house, when the movie was off at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, what I would do is I wake up and be like, hey, real quick, you see that shit? And I'll be pointing at the fucking wall. I'll be pointing at a closet. I'm like, yo, you see that shit? And then I'll turn to her, I'll laugh, and I'll go back to sleep. She said I did that shit 3 times, back to back to back. And she said that, I don't know if this is true or not, but she said that she remembered she turned to me one time and she said she saw like my spirit was kind of like leaving my body. Now, obviously, she just watched the movie and shit, so she could be tweaking, and she was crazy as fuck. But when she told me that shit, I'm like, yo, that's like the same shit that happened with the little boy in Insidious. Y'all ever watched that movie before?
But if you notice, not to cut you off on that point, you notice how chicks like horror movies, right? They love horror movies, love scary movies, like those ID Network. They like all that shit, man.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I don't watch.
That's facts, shit, bro. I mean, it comes down to it, man. I just think when it comes back to Eve and the serpent, man, like you can't deny the facts, bro. When you look at a lot of these women, bro, and what they're into, especially in 2021, bro, like it's just apparent, look at dog. Like I can't really lie.
Look at the water seeps his own level, right? Now look at the type of dudes that black women like. It's basically it's the match. These black females, not say women, these black females, right? What they like, exactly what they are, dusty, violent homosexuals,
and they got to be a zombie.
Facts.
Selling drugs.
Yeah, that's true.
Scamming. Yeah, you want to add anything, Ref or Swint?
It's sad, man. It's just sad and funny at the same time.
I would say
probably,
I would say probably for me, I mentioned this on Ref's panel probably about a month ago or close to that. It was a time where I'm pretty sure she put this, I don't know, man. She put some kind of like cream or like potion on her pussy, and it just got me kind of acting different, man. Like, cause I was down there, doing what I was doing, and I was tasting it, and it kind of had like a different kind of taste to it. It tasted like a fruity texture. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, I don't know, I can't put it into, it's like blackberries or something like that. Like it was.
She was covering it up, man. She was covering that shit up. Fuck.
Exactly. So, cover something up, I think that she was, personally, I think she was, had some kind of like, it's kind of like, thing that she was, rubbing on, and that was, I don't know. I think she was spellcast on pussy, man. I think that's the type of shit that she was into. And I noticed like afterwards, I was just going like crazy, man. I was just like I was just, my mood had completely altered, man. After, I was in that, after I was doing what I was doing with her. And for me, that was like, that kind of got me awakened to the fact that these chicks are messing with, these left-hand path spirits, and, they will use it to their advantage over you. Because I was, after that, I was like just all over her. It was like this is not something I had been doing before. It's not something I was accustomed to doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just after that interaction, it was like, damn, I was like, it's like a spirit had gotten over me, man. So I really think the chick was spellcasting, man.
It was just like before you got the truth or after?
What you say?
Before you got the truth or after?
Oh, this was like it was like in the midst of it. It was like in the baby stages of getting into the truth.
Got you. Hey, go ahead, Ray J. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good. I was just gonna say, like Marvin Gaye said, when the spirit moves you, let me groove you. Or I think he said, if the spirit moves you, let me groove. Spirit.
I'm gonna be real, man. I haven't listened to Marvin Gaye since I was like 7 years old, but I might fuck with him after this live though, man.
Yeah, same here, man.
I'm gonna be real, but it's funny you mentioned that swing because the same chick I remember she came over to my house because long story short, she was fucking with me, but then she was trying to finesse because I had just got a new apartment and shit. She was graduating from school, so obviously she's trying to look for like a safety net, and I wasn't really giving in to her or none of that shit. So I remember one time when she came over to my crib, she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna cook for you," and I don't know what the fuck she did. She got like some potatoes, she got like some chicken, bro, and I was just chilling. And this is at the time when one, she was kind of trying to get another dude because she saw that I wasn't really committed to her, but two, she was starting to like break me down psychologically because she was like, I'm gonna be real, I've been in sales, I've done a lot of shit, but that chick has some psychological powers, bro. Because one, you know what I'm saying? I just be real, bro. She, me and her, we took a lot of drugs and shit. But another thing is that she had a lot of issues, bro. So she could like manipulate like how a woman manipulates, but she ain't had no empathy type shit. Like she was just cold-blooded and shit. So I remember she came to my house and she like made this food and I'm eating that shit. I'm like, yo, this shit bomb. This shit bomb as fuck. The next couple of days I wake up, I'm depressed, bro. Next days after that, I'm depressed. And I ain't think about it. I still got the order, I still got the necklace. And I look, bro, I know people might call us a misogynist and all this shit, but I think that bitch was a spawn from Satan to take me off the path. Because I promise you, as soon as I quit fucking with her, that's when I found the truth and I found the Most High, bro. So, like, in all honest opinion, for those of y'all who don't believe in the succubus and all this shit, bro, I dealt with one before, bro. That shit can fuck you up, bro. Because my bros would tell me, like, yeah, bro, you tripping, bro. Like, I ain't never seen you like that, dog. Like, yeah, bro, she almost had your soul. I'm like, yeah, bro, but I couldn't let her get me. You feel me?
Well, I was talking to Ice about a chick not too long ago, and check this out, Ice. And y'all could peep in on this too, though. But this chick, she was I don't know, she and I think I may have shared this with you guys in the back chat before, like especially with you, young hot flyers, about the chick that claimed she was an alpha female. Now,
right
now check this out. Yeah, check this out. She was the type that in the kitchen, it went down either three ways. She wanted me to cook by myself, or she would prefer to cook by herself. I could not help her cook, or we cooked together. She did not want me to do that. Why you think that she didn't want me to help her cook, or we cooked together?
She trying to put that little red stuff in your shit.
Yeah, she didn't want me to see what she do. That's why she don't. She's like, I'm a beast in the kitchen. I don't need nobody to look. I don't want you in the kitchen when I'm cooking. I'll leave you alone, or you leave me alone, but we can't be in the kitchen together. Yeah.
You can't trust it.
Oh, for real. Hey, I think that's why the Most High said that that women gotta be unclean for 7 days. Because I think he, I mean, obviously he knows what's in their blood and shit. I feel like they be doing the blood magic. And they be fucking with that voodoo stuff whenever they get on their period. And that's another thing too. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I did a lot of dumb shit, but I would smash the chick on her period, bro. And you gotta understand that uncleanliness was coming on not only my dick but my spirit. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. A lot of guys like to smash chicks on their period, bro. You opening yourself up, man, because that's another portal to you.
You start taking on the spirit of that woman, man. It's when you fucking on her period, man. You know, next thing you know, you start mimicking her mannerisms, not in a feminine way, but just kind of taking on her spirit, man. That's why we're not supposed to be doing that, because a lot of these women got a demonic energy on them. Even if they're a woman who's, who is more about truth than the average woman, they just have more of a susceptibility to be, linked in with the left hand path than we do. You know what I'm saying? That's how they are, man. Through Eve, that's just how they are. So
and I
think
it's even greater, bro.
Oh yeah.
I think it comes back to the emotion versus logic, because if you think about it, Satan makes all his deals with you through emotion. When it comes to getting a deal, you feel so excited, you let it clout, and you're on top of the world. He hits you with that contract, you don't read it, like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. When it comes to a house, a mortgage, even getting married, all these shits that are designed to fuck men up in the long run is all based off emotional decisions. I've had niggas out here talking about they marrying their chick in 2 months. Like, bro, you don't even know what she's doing behind your back. You gonna marry a chick in 2 months because they're not thinking logically. But if you look at anything from a path of the right hand or the most high, it's all logical. Like this shit with the virus and all that, you got to really think logically to understand the bullshit and see through the manipulation. When it comes to making the right decision for your future and everything, it's all logic. And in my opinion, that comes from the most high.
Hey, check this out. Who do y'all think amongst men and women, if you will, especially if we look at people that are color like us, men and women, who carries the most cases of herpes?
I say women.
Probably the women.
Correct. And guess who allegedly passes around herpes the most?
I mean, we already know the true answer, but they say men.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel how you answered it that way too. But that's what it is too. They're not going to tell you that.
I seen some shit on Instagram, and I was about to tell this bitch, like, shut the fuck up. She posted on her page the reason why women's pussy stinks is due to men. She said apparently when you don't shave your pubes, when you go down there and you don't trim right, when you don't brush your teeth, and you got to make sure, and don't get me wrong, that might be true, but bitch, the main reason your shit stinks because you're not washing that shit clean. And that's how women shame you. They want to put all their negativity and all that shit on, obviously us men, specifically if you're a black man, because they think they can just walk all over you and shit. But it is what it is.
What she did was lie. Notice she said the pussy stank because of men. What she's not telling you is the pussy stank because of her men, not man. Men.
Facts. Also, a lot of the times too, these chicks, because they don't eat right, because they don't take care of themselves, they don't wash, so they don't clean themselves. The vagina is supposed to clean itself out. I'm not saying it washes itself, obviously, but it's supposed to, when it's working properly, it's supposed to clean itself out. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get the discharge from. It's the vagina flushing everything out and getting all that stuff out of there. But a lot of the time,
she's not supposed to use douche. She is not supposed to use douche. That shit is man-made. She shouldn't have to use douche.
Exactly. They shouldn't have to use none of this shit. That is sold. That's sold to as feminine hygiene. Smell good products. And the thing about it is they go and they buy those things because they're not doing the necessary things to take care of themselves, and it throws off their pH even more. Now they're just using something to cover up for the already stench that they got, so it just magnifies the smell even more.
Right. She had 5 niggas nut up in her. Like 5 of them already.
Facts, man.
Facts,
man. Hey, one thing too, man. I want to answer Juby L's. He said, "How do y'all feel about people like Bobby Hemmett preaching how the black woman is God and men are just a slave?" So you want my honest opinion, Juby L? Niggas like Bobby Hemmett is spawns of Satan, bro. I'm just being honest, bro. They don't know what the fuck they talking about, and they're just trying to reverse everything and tell you some bullshit, because you guys all know the natural head is, the Most High, Son, us, men, women, kids. So you got all these bullshit ass artists like Meg Thee Stallion. You seen all this women worship online, on TV, on social media. You know, I was on one of my brother Professor Rich's live, and he said that YouTube banned his live because he said, can you get rid of hoism? He didn't even say nothing about women. He just said hoism. You got all this censorship because now they're just really exalting the female above everybody else. And
that was his answer. He got his answer.
Yeah, he did. But you know, just the fact that they're doing all this shit is they're like purposely trying to fuck up the natural order of things. And I don't give a fuck what nobody says. When I see a woman with 4 simps, she looks depressed, bro. I got a cousin who got 2 simps on call. You know what I'm saying? They're her beck and call. And every time I see her, she cool when she talk to me. But when she talk to them niggas, she's mad, she disrespectful, because that's not naturally gonna make her happy. You know, I'll talk about the chick I told you before. I had sent her my song, my new single, Hakeem the Dream or whatever, and I follow her on TikTok. And every 5 seconds, I go on TikTok and she posts something about, oh, I don't have a man, fuck men, fuck men. But she always talking about men because subconsciously that's what she wants. But due to this shitty society, she can't keep a fucking man. The realest nigga she ever met was me, but she wasn't good enough to get me. And that shit kills her inside because she isn't a really submissive type of female. So a lot of these women who's talking this big shit, if you really knew women's past, what they be doing behind closed doors with these prescription pills and all this shit, they honestly hate their fucking life, bro. And that's how Satan works.
They hate being a girl. That's why they're acting out. You know, they're just scared little girls in an aging body. You know, see, the thing is, the reason why they're not happy, which I wouldn't say that they'd be happy on the other side of the coin, but I would say that they'd be less miserable if they were handled. But see, guys are scared of girls in general. They're scared of girls like elephants are scared of mice. It's ridiculous.
It's no different than having a dog in your house and you don't know how to train your dog. Your dog gonna turn on you. You scared of your own dog in your own house. You scared of it.
Facts. That's facts, man. That's facts. But how y'all feel about that black woman is God? I mean, I already know how I feel about it, but I mean, y'all could put y'all 2 cents if you want.
Shit.
I mean, man. I mean, that's.
I'm gonna keep it macking by not saying anything about it.
Yeah, you already know.
That shit is so played out, man. Man, that black woman's God shit. That shit is so played out. Like that was heavy back in like 2017, 2016, 2018. You know, that shit has kind of died off though, man. Unfortunately, you still got niggas pushing that vibration, and of course, you got females doing it. But unfortunately, you still got people pushing that vibration. But I think that kind of that this past year and years prior, as society has kind of dwindled into the state that it's heading into, you've seen a lot less of that black woman's God energy being pushed, which shows that it was a facade the whole time.
That's why going on the witchcraft.
Yeah, think about Black Panther too, bro. They got a black woman as God once Chadwick got taken out. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and that's just basically to say it's still being pushed, but just in different ways. Still being pushed though.
Yeah, I mean, remember that one bullshit ass Instagram post where the white woman said worship black women because they voted Trump out of office or some dumbass shit. It's all
yeah. Bro. And then you got sentiments like black men or the white men of black people or some shit, man.
Man, it's just bullshit. Honestly, I don't listen to these people. They need to. I think 95% of people are retarded as fuck, bro. Like, just being honest, bro. I go on Twitter every day, and that's like liberal, like new age shit. Like that's like the safe haven. And you wouldn't believe how much dumb shit I see every fucking day, bro. Like, I be wanting to go off on them, but I'm like, bro, I don't even want to ban my account, bro. It's not even worth my time. But
bro, that's me on YouTube and shit. So I said I can't watch none of this shit. I can watch you. Ray J, I can watch Top, a few others, but it's like outside of it, I cannot because this shit, this is like a minstrel show.
Hey, Top, you want to join in?
But yeah, I was thinking like we going back to even because I know we had mentioned about how like it's really a lot of the evilness coming from these females, right? And so like with the dudes, we see that they're evil. So maybe what I'm about to say is very circular. But you know, you see movies of dudes that allegedly molested a female, and you know, he just did this evil thing. You know, he fucked up her idea of an imprint, all that, you know, all the most horrendous thing you could think of that he did to her sexually and mentally, you know, you name it. He did that to her. But we know that it's not in a man's nature. So where did he learn that from? He didn't learn that from a real man. If he learned it from another dude, that dude wasn't a real man either. You know, these guys learned it from a feminine energy, how to be that way. They didn't learn from it. They didn't learn that type of way of behaving from a masculine source. They learned from the dark. They did not learn from the light. So it goes back to it still, yeah, still it. When you think about it, it still goes back to they got it from a female. It goes back to that.
Hey, that's true, man. That's true. Yeah, I mean, if you really sum all this shit up, the main thing to keep men out of the dark is to not get pulled into the light by the women around them. If you think about it. I mean, that's just my perspective on it. But do y'all got anything else that y'all want to add, bro? Because I think we've been on this shit for about an hour 40 minutes. Y'all got anything y'all want to add to it? Or anything in general y'all got for the chat?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty good. I pretty much left with my little point just now, so I'm good.
Got you. What about you, Turner and Swint? Ice?
Hey, I would just say, in it, you know what I'm saying, on this right here, everyone out there, you know, be diligent, measure the times diligently, and put the Most High first.
I feel you on that one. I feel you. What about you, Ice? I think Ice busy doing some. So yeah,
I think I got one more thing.
Bro, I'm sorry, my bad. I thought I had the joint off mic. I'm busy talking and shit. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Hold up. I didn't even know I had the mute on the mic. But I encourage you brothers to become more familiar with both your light and dark self. And don't run from it. Like, really face it.
Hey, that's a great topic, man, because it's funny you say that, man, because music, I love music, and I'm great. I'm gifted spiritually, but that's also one of the main things that dwells me into the dark energy and shit, man, when it comes to that, man, just understanding, you know, my dark aspects and then, you know, trying to get away from that shit, because everybody got different demons. Oh, that's the one thing I want to talk to you guys about as far as like demons. I think demons prey on your traumas as a kid, and as long as you live, they always try to feast on your specific demons, whether it's like porn, whether it's dominant women, whether it's simping, whether it's drugs and shit like that. So how y'all feel about that?
Well,
absolutely.
Well, you know what, and this would be actually my final note, because I was gonna actually, you know, this, you'll see what I mean by this. Now, always keep this in mind. In the scripture, it's written where the Creator said, before you was even conceived and formed inside of your mom's womb, I knew thee. So he knew all that you was going to have to deal with. He knew what you was going to have to go through. You got to look at these torments as elementary. You know, you have to always pray for guidance. It's and actually investigate as to what's going on with you. So what you think is oppression at times is not really oppression. It could just be a lesson. Now, with that said, y'all, you and Swint, I don't know exactly your age, but y'all, you seem like about the same age as Young High Flowers. But y'all the new wave, man. And y'all keep, you know, like I said, learn about a lot of more concepts, but y'all ahead of a lot of these older guys out here in what they call the red pill mental. Y'all keep up the good work, man.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Ray J. We got to do it live sometimes soon. I know you join the panel and shit, but I'll be watching your stuff, man. You got hella game, man. So I want to get you. I want to do it live with you, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I would definitely agree with what he said, man. And you know, that's why I do this shit, man. A lot of people, they think I do it for the likes and for the growth, man. But you know, when you speak righteousness, not everybody's gonna come with you on your path, but you know, you gotta always stand in the truth no matter what. So that's why I do this shit, man. Every Wednesday, bro. Just glorify the Most High and try to help as many of these young brothers as possible. Because I'm gonna be real, these motherfuckers is lost out here, bro. They lost that sea, you know.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It's a lot of lost brothers out here, unfortunately.
Yeah, and one thing I want to say too, because Freeport told me that Toronto's on lockdown. You know, when Sleepy Joe come in, man, it's gonna be some hard times. So a lot of you guys in the chat, like, y'all need to get ready, bro. Like, this ain't no game and shit, man. Make sure y'all stay spiritually attuned, bro. Keep your body right. Make sure you eat as healthy as possible, bro, and just stay up mentally, physically, and spiritually, bro. Because you know, y'all know different from us, man. It's just, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta make shit happen, bro. It's do or die right now. It's the period where all the pussy men, all the simp men are gonna get eradicated, bro, and all the true men are gonna stand tall. You know, in that time it says 7 women will cling to 1 man. That's facts. So, you know, y'all take our messages, y'all follow our channel, cause I'm gonna just keep it real with you, bro. All these other niggas ain't really telling y'all shit, bro. At the end of the day, you can have $100,000 in the bank, but if you can't shoot a fucking gun, what the fuck is the point? So when y'all get tuned in with these younger guys, we could tell you the truth without being censored and without being compromised. So, you know what I'm saying? Take that shit at heart, because pretty soon, man, this shit not gonna be available for y'all, bro. Y'all gonna have to be out there in the world by yourself, bro. So if I don't tell you to do anything, bro, just I tell you to listen and apply this shit to your life, man.
Exactly.
Most definitely. Yeah, that's the thing.
Just pretty much. Oh, go ahead, Swin. Go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say that's the thing. Us coming together, you know, to speak about these topics. This is masculine energy coming in here, and brothers who can't receive this, you can't receive this this energy. You know, when you read the scriptures, it talks about how effeminate men, you know, basically won't make it. You know, like how Young High Flyers was saying, we're heading into a time period where, you know, you're gonna need everything that you have, you know, to make it through. You know what I'm saying? And you know, wisdom, you know, us coming together speaking in wisdom, those are masculine activities. These are masculine traits. And brothers need to try to get to a point where it's gonna take masculine men to make it in the times that we're coming into right now. Faith, wisdom, trust, foresight, spiritual foresight, all those are very masculine characteristics. That's why the scriptures say effeminate men won't make it, because things of this world tells men to do, you know, the effeminate traits that the world says real, quote unquote, real men embrace about themselves. All that shit is about to get exposed in the upcoming months and years, man. So brothers need to take heed to, you know, I appreciate you, Young High Flyers, and Ice and Ray J and other brothers. King Ref, he was on here. And the professor he was talking about, you know, that dropped his knowledge and everything, because, you know, it's definitely needed for brothers in this day and age.
Yeah, and that's true, man. I want to say one thing too, because you know, me and Swint, we in our prime. You know, Ray J and Ice, they in their like mental prime. But you know, one thing that, you know, when you take this path, because like you said, we on a higher path, is that we haven't really gotten to live our worldly experience. You know, where you out here, you getting the money, getting the hoes, you at the club, you turn up. That time period is over, bro. But the one thing that you got to understand is everything that you've been working towards at this point, it's gonna pay off, bro. You know, and I sit here and I see all these women going for these simps and these dudes so they could be city girls and shit. I just sit back and think, all right, bro, in 7 months when, you know, you can't buy shit, a bitch gonna look at me like I'm her god, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really like, I know at the end of the day it's light at the end of the tunnel. I don't sit here and feel bad that, you know, I couldn't live the life I wanted, because everything was already planned. I think it was Ray J said, you know, the Most High, he already knew you before you went into before you even in your mom's womb.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, bro, y'all gotta be thankful for where you at and thankful for who you are, because you know what I'm saying, a lot of brothers don't get to be on this panel. A lot of brothers don't get to listen to this panel. A lot of niggas don't even know about this shit. So, you know, at the end of the day, bro, if you down this path and you doing shit, you don't feel like you getting the rewards. The greatest investments oftentimes takes the longest time to come into fruition. And at the end of the day, when it comes to your soul, this is a lifetime investment. So at the end of the day, man, y'all stay on the fucking path, and just when that time period comes and when niggas is knocking on your door and you ain't there to help them, you know, it is what it is, but you know that you made the right choice in the end. You get what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Definitely.
That's
for sure.
So that's pretty much it. If y'all don't got anything else, I'm gonna just play a little outro song, man. And I'm doing this shit every Wednesday at 8:00. So if y'all want to join in, y'all can. And also everybody in the chat room, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this a weekly righteous live. So I appreciate all y'all coming on. Y'all got any last thoughts?
Indeed.
I appreciate you having me on, bro. You know, and let's just, you know, keep striving for righteousness, brothers, as much as we can.
Hey, Space Cadet to infinity and beyond.
Absolutely.
All right, man. I'm gonna play this last song. We're gonna be out.
All right. Blessings to your brothers.
This shit real quick.
Blessings.
Much blessed.
Man.
Seem like every time I try to get a piece of mind, nigga trying to get a piece of mind. Get a piece of mind. So nigga trying to get a piece of mind. If you get contagious. Hey, for what it's worth, I turned the minus to a plus and yeah, niggas some patience. Get anxiety, cause finally we're getting made. Niggas still cut through like we nigga razors. Don't kiss me, I might cut you. What it's worth, I talk to Yankee, let him know what niggas up to. Same shit, dog. Niggas steady bustin' like bitches steady fucking. 21st still corrupting. Now I'm looking at shit different like I can't be seen in public. I ain't even blue, but I know they feeling my eruption. I'm making these adjustments, not settling for nothing. Graduated to a check from dirty money at the level. Now I know my way from what it's worth. I take a day to day, I got a lot to learn. I never could settle, I don't get defeated. These niggas thought they wanted trouble, now they seeing deacons. Cause I got enemies and demons in this bitch and we just a sex only level when we intimate. I ain't into it, I can't commit to it. I let her know for what it's worth, I still admit to shit. So I really been through it. The frustration, I really been through it. Like when you know that you're the one, but still ain't made it, I done been through it. And don't affect me, I ain't into it. So I'ma tell him to his face so I can tell he just pretending. And life is nothing but the word without the end. Lie. Hold up, let me tell you niggas why. You see the level I'm at it to with my mind. I'm reminiscing, dodging bullets at the same damn time. I'm really one of a kind. So I get crucial when I rhyme. Watching for the snakes, my name Medusa in the ground. I'm fully with the toolie, I spit loogies with the 9. If I ain't got it, they no goonie, got a Uzi on the side, I'm in to make your bands, fuck making friends. Black polo with them joysticks and parade. I started with your boy who was kicking cans. They took my nigga, can I reminisce? We sharing sodas, I was 50 cents. And pushing up on nigga, I would take you in. Shit, I test the hands, ain't no bickering. If I died and came back, I'll do this shit again. Nigga. Can't get where I came from. Can't get all the controversy in the chaos my name bro. Can't get my day with my go off my choke. Can't get all the hate niggas that it turned out to be losers. Think about all the lick hitting all the hot guns all ruthless. Shit I ain't got call for it. I'm thinking I gotta do it. Really outside of inside this fire on my street. That's a line of RIP. Nigga, it's all I gon' think. That's a line of RIP. Nigga, it's all I gon' think. Keep it going. Let it ride. Look. Tell these niggas, so like RIP, it's all eyes on three. It's all eyes on three, All these niggas snitching for no reason, riding laws over my city, crying city, dying on that crossroad. Oh, I gotta change my way of thinking before I drown slow. I see them coming every time I turn around. Oh. R.I.P. Short out on three. Short out on three. R.I.P. Short out on three.